Alright, in today's video, let's talk about tempo work and how to program it correctly. If stuff like this is very interesting to you, then I have a full series on training programming on my channel. And if you're looking for online coaching, link is down below in the description. Without further ado, let's get into this video. First things first, what is tempo work? So tempo work means that you're going to prescribe a certain pace to your repetitions, a lot of time written down in the form ABC or ABCD. A means the amount of seconds that you're going to take to do the eccentric of the rep, so essentially you're lowering yourself down. B is going to be the time spent at the bottom of every single rep. C is the time it takes to complete the concentric, and D, which is used a lot less, is the time that you'll spend resting before starting the next repetition. So if we're talking about the tempo 3-1-0, that means that you're going to take 3 seconds for the eccentric, you're gonna pause 1 second at the bottom before doing the concentric as fast as you can. People prescribe a lot of benefits to tempo work, but they essentially all come down to two main benefits. The first one being that it's going to drastically increase your time under tension. So give you guys a very simple example, just your average rep, so 1 second down, no pause, and 1 second up, compared to a tempo 3-1-0. That tempo set is going to have your muscles under tension for double the amount of time, which is going to have all sorts of benefits, from strength to hypertrophy to also preventing injuries. The second one is that it's going to drastically improve your mastery of the exercise that you're doing. And this is also the main reason why we do tempo work in a strength context. Slowing down your tempo on the exercise builds control across the full range, which therefore is going to really improve how you understand that movement. This makes tempo work an extremely beneficial tool to address any weaknesses. So now let's talk about how to actually program this stuff and apply this to your own training. Now the biggest or the most important aspect of tempo work is the tempo. Groundbreaking, I know, but if you cannot follow the tempo when you are doing this stuff, then you miss the whole point of tempo work. This translates to you have to lower the weight, especially initially, since you're not used to doing this type of stuff, and you'll be extremely likely to cheat on your tempo. And just to give you a very quick example of how drastically you have to lower the weight to actually do this, the weight that I'm using for a 3x8 of whatever exercise, I will use to do a 3x3 on tempo work. So I'm literally doing half the repetitions with the same weight, because that is how much of a difference tempo makes. And then as far as everything else goes, programming with or without tempo is the exact same thing. So you're still going to be using linear loading, step loading, wave progression. You're still going to have heavy and light days. And I've talked about all of these things in my programming series, so check that out if you guys haven't already. And then let's finish off with my personal experience with tempo work. I have used tempo sets both on my main compound exercises, so squats, pull-ups and dips, and also on all of my accessory work. I've used it on primary days, secondary days, heavy days, light days, top sets, straight sets. I've used tempo work in almost every single context imaginable, and this is what I actually prefer now after doing all that stuff. Massively helped me to improve my technique, especially on back squats and weighted dips. Now I think for the vast majority of people, tempo work is extremely beneficial on your secondary or your light days, but also use them on back off sets on your primary workouts. But I think that dedicating whole training blocks to tempo work is a bit of a waste for the vast majority of people, especially if you're beginners or intermediates. The tempo that I've used the most over the last few years is a 3-1-0, because I follow the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Just use the one that is the most popular, because it is the most popular for a reason. And that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about in today's video. As always, like and subscribe if you guys haven't already, and share the video. Check out my programming series and apply down below for online coaching if you want to. Thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Latest.